Good morning, everyone. I'm Pastor Jimmy Pickett, and the verse I want to share with you today is Revelations chapter 20, verse 8. To recap what's happening, if you back up to verse 1 up to this point, Jesus Christ has returned, folks, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And when he returns, he will bind Satan up and cast him into the pit. Yes, the time of the Antichrist, his 5-month reign is over, and he's cast into the pit. And folks, those that get it right, those that are not deceived and they do not wear the mark of the beast, you know what the mark of the beast is? It is to have the mark in your head is to be deceived by him. Why? Because he's claiming to be Jesus Christ when he comes to this earth. And if you wear the mark in his hand, means you did his work thinking that he was Jesus Christ. But those of us who get it right, we will partake in the first resurrection, we will be justified, and we will reign as kings and priests with Jesus Christ for 1,000 years of teaching. So what is the teaching for? To teach those who got it wrong. Teach those who did worship the beast and wear his mark, folks. So those of us, we will take part of the first resurrection and reign with Jesus. But those, the dead, the spiritually dead that got it wrong, folks, they got to go through that 1,000 years of teaching, and there will be no excuse for them to not to get it right, because they will be in their spiritual bodies. They will see Satan cast into the pit, and they will have seen our Father descend from heaven. So in the very last verse of that, it says after the 1,000 years are expired, guess what? Satan's loosed again. You might say, why? Because there's no free rides, folks. It's final exam time for those who got it wrong the first time, and they will be tested again. So, verse 8, it says, and shall go, and this is talking about when he comes out of the pit, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, as the number of whom it is of the sands of the sea. Do you understand that? Satan is released out of the pit. They've gone through the 1,000 years of teaching, and it says, as numerous as the sands of the sea will still follow the Antichrist, Satan, to the pits of hell, folks. Have you ever held a handful of sand at the beach? How many granules is in your hand? So can you imagine how many's in the sea? Millions and billions of God's children will be deceived, and they will not get it right and go to hell, folks. Can I get an amen? Amen. Folks, if this has edified you today, hit your share button. Hit your share button.